Hi, YouTube. I was wondering if I should speak about um, going into middle age or um, what they call like midlife crises for like guys or menopause for women. And it is an actual thing with my friends and observations. And I went through early menopause at 34, 35 years old with complications. And uh, that was it. And what happens is um, when your sex drive lessens in your life, it's your chemical makeup. Uh, your mind is like shifting like a computer. It's like taking what's on your hard drive and putting it in storage up in the cloud. So you feel a little foggy. You're like, something's weird, like, am I losing my mind? Am I forgetting stuff? Or Um, why can't I think of that right then or there? Because you're getting like a different your cells change. So inside, uh your body's becoming more who you're actually supposed to be. It's sort of like a squishy feel, like you're getting compacted. And in a sense, that's what happens through life. You just keep going, you get the life squeezed right out of you. But what I would suggest is lots of water always with anything, but with men, it's a big deal to watch that you get enough protein. And plant based protein creates more sugar quickly through the carbohydrates, even nuts and that type of thing. May not be the best thing at this time for a guy's body with the vegetables. And I would say calcium, real calcium out of dairy for both men and women. And and I would suggest whole milk. And the reason why that is, like with a calf or even dogs and cats, if you have like 2% milk, that doesn't have the body fat. It doesn't have the fat in it to go through your body at a slower rate. It goes through like sugar. So it creates sugar quicker in your system. And that's okay. They have recommended that for children. And even when I was a lunch lady, I knew better. I drank whole milk, and I was always leaner and little more on top of my game than people that I knew around me. And so that's all I'm going to say on that. Nutrition wise, I used to help plan the menus in our school, and our football team was the best around. And I attribute that to my planning meals quite a bit. So, ta-da for me. But yeah, I've been in nutrition ever since I took my food service course. Was back in 1975. I got away from the state to go to college early when I was 15. So I went and took chef class. you know, so, and learned the business end of food service because I was thinking about it being a restaurant owner, restaurateur, long time ago. But my life took me in different directions. People that I cared about got cancer. So then I got more into the nursing aspect and the science of biology within human beings, kind of more. So, but that coupled with nutrition and fitness and that type of thing was always sort of my thing like that. So, asking me, I think you came to the right person when I was going through menopause. Now, it might have been really bad idea for me, but if you're not allergic to popcorn or soy for a woman, um, uh, that's really good for you. It has estrogen in it. So when you're feeling kind of quirky, like kind of down or low, not a whole bunch, but like a bag of popcorn or something, something like that. Quick when you're not feeling good. And then some protein later, or that in a glass of milk and maybe a little juice, something like that would be good. And soy nuts and pumpkin seeds. Now, seeds are good for everybody, and walnuts really help with omega 3s for your brain, and salmon and sardines, fish, if not just any fishes, but just like them ones, and are really good for the muscle mass in your head. It takes away from the pain, and vitamin E is in that too. And spinach, of course, we all know, but for the woman's estrogen and for the vitamin D and A that you can get out of yams and sweet potatoes is good for both people when your bodies are changing through midlife. Now, a lot of times people can go through these symptoms when they're younger out of stress or strife or drug use, that type of thing, and it can be hard on their bodies. And when I was working in the treatment center, we really watched the people's vitamins and their health issues and their needs individually. So, like if somebody was an alcoholic, their needs would be different than somebody that might have been a heroin addict, that type of thing. And if they were both, that could be another complication, something like that. Or if they did like speedballs up and down and drank and everything else. So everybody individually would be different on that scale. But I know people and have seen people that are in their 30s that I see signs of midlife crisis in their minds. Like all their information's there, they're bright as can be, but they think and they feel kind of lost inside. It's um well, I know the one person, for instance, well, more than one, drinks, and that will do that to you. And if you are going through midlife, literally, it enhances it. And for a guy, a midlife crisis lasts for about 10 years. They start it when they're about 40, typically, and it doesn't end till they're about 50. And for a woman, typically, she'll start it when she's about, 40-ish. And then by the time she's 50, it's all done with. But usually it's about 3 4 years of a big struggle, from which I could tell from my sisters. So um my two younger ones especially, I kind of watched them struggling with all that and suggested some of the same things. And you really have to watch your temperature, that you don't get too hot at night. um I literally slept, if you feel yourself getting hot, it is your body's changing, you're losing muscle mass. So keep up the protein, it's important. Don't listen to these studies. Listen to me, I'm serious. I'm lean and strong because God's always guided me, because I didn't have anybody else. So um I don't know how else to put it without sounding totally arrogant and stupid and mean, because I'm not trying to be. So please don't take any of it the wrong way, anybody. But these are concerns, especially in the world that we live in and the food that we're eating and all that stuff. I would suggest don't listen to them about this salad generation. Salads are wonderful. I love salads, more like a chef salad if you have like everything on it, that type of thing. Or not, not everything, but like a sliced egg and radish and tomato, whatever you like that. Or if you make it like with ham and turkey and cheese, or, that really is a good balanced meal, because you're getting a little bit of everything like that. But um, I don't know. And broccoli's good. Broccoli's always good for cleaning out the system, especially raw or cooked. But it's one of the most excellent vegetables you can eat, if you can eat it. And that's so high in vitamin E and really high in vitamin C. It also cleanses your colon and helps you detox your body from many impurities. which I do every day because, um, and I know it's hard, especially if you're working, but keep if you're working a regular job every day, don't forget to do like stretches. Do some stretches before you go to bed, just like touch your toes and then just reach up really really far. I was wondering if anybody be interested in this old lady's workout routines. Like what I do mostly now is work through my life. I do my daily things, my things, but I have different stretches and strength exercises that I do naturally. It's like isometrics, which is taking uh, kind of like yoga and bodybuilding techniques and incorporating them in muscle toning stretches. So if anybody's interested in something like that, I have ones you can do in a chair sitting down if you're tired. Um, uh, Yep. But anyway, before you go to bed, touch your toes and reach up to the sky and say, "Good night, God," and hop in bed, and you'll feel better just for your stretch. Even in the morning, um, especially if you're doing physical labor, isn't a bad idea to even look into some like running stretches and stuff, but be very careful when you do first go into something like that. So just touching your toes and reaching to the sky is some of the best things. And even try it once you're up there and you got your arms above your head, try standing on one leg and be careful. You might like alter a little bit, but just keep trying. Try the other leg and then do it the next day. You'll get stronger with your balance. But balance going later into your later years of life is ultimate key number one, being limber and balanced. If I could recommend anything besides diet, and don't worry about your mind capabilities. You're not losing your mind. Your body's just changing and it's trying to catch up with your feelings. And it will be okay. It won't last forever. Um, it'll feel like you're okay sometimes and sometimes you won't be. But that is exactly what's going on. Your body is changing. You're losing your physical self, and that's when people mostly grow up, especially men. They are like lose their muscle mass and then like, now what am I gonna do? Yeah, yeah, it's time to talk to God, dude. you know that's what they do. So that's my opinion on all the midlife crises. Menopause, going into it can take several years, getting out of it can take several years. Everybody's body, everybody's environment and situation, stress or not stress, kids in your life, busy, whatever you're doing, all these things can change exactly what you're doing every day with your body. So being aware that yeah, you are gonna be okay, and really keeping track of what you're eating. Try and think after you eat, how did that make me feel, and keep track of the things that don't make you feel icky. And that'll be a shorter list than the things that make you feel icky. And then you might try and incorporate some of the icky things later back in and say, well, how much of this can I do for my body right now and how much I can't. So that's kind of a daily thing like that. And some people keep journals on their food intake, but I don't see that it's necessary. You eat something and it's like yuck, or you burp all day, or whatever, just as an example, or esophageal reflexes, different things happen to our body. Your pulse changes, your heart rate. Um, oh, there was something else with that. Just a minute. Blood pressure. Your blood pressure will change going into middle age, um, which makes you feel that's the squishy feeling because your veins have changed. um, literally. So keeping God in our hearts and in our minds and in our bodies is a big, big, big deal. So to the person that thought she was going crazy, no, you're not, honey. You'll be okay. I promise. If there's anything else I think of that I can help with and stuff, I'll pop over and write on one of your videos or just do a little short one or something because I don't need to name no names. There's a whole bunch of people hurting out there and they don't even know why. But oh geez, the um sky, it's so freezing out. I don't want to take this phone out, but the sky over in the north of my house right now is so pink. It's just radically crazy. It looks like the sun is literally setting in the north. It's crazy. There it's nuts. It's getting darker out now, I guess. I just looked, but it yeah, it's different. It was really different. It looked layered, like if people that live in cold climates, like what snow clouds look like, kind of layered, but it looked like a layer of grayish snow clouds, then the pink sort of blotchy stuff in the middle, like cotton candy, and then just a dark existence all the way around the whole sky except for in the northeast, but mostly north. So it was really weird. If it's strange tomorrow, I will get a picture of it and put it out here. Because if I move you right now with my little phone, I might mess things up. And I think it's too dark. It's dark out. But yeah, if it wasn't, but yeah, trust me, it was a weird sky. So yeah, let me think. Don't forget, if you're working hard or just daily stress or kids are in, that's working hard. Trust me, I know. Um, uh, Even sometimes your spouse can throw off your physicalness, maybe not even intentionally, um, or maybe. So all these things you have to consider. Even something somebody said to you or did you on a daily basis. All these things can affect us internally. So life's a tricky balancing act. So, but yeah, I think that's about all on that. And yeah, I was wondering, just actually the last few months I've been wondering, I wonder if there's any ladies out there that need to hear my opinion on menopause or what that feels like right before it. And the same with the guys out of my observations. So I love y'all. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Thanks again for being here, everybody. Talk to you soon. Have a great night, day, evening, or afternoon.